Kind's evolution. The evolutionist says little variation we see, big dogs, small dogs, all that sort of stuff. Little variation we see is proof, no, it's not proof, that one thing can change over a period of time, and then over a period of millions of years, that's how dogs become cats. Well, we agree. There is variation. Look around you, and you'll see everybody here is different. But we're not evolving into anything else other than what we are.
The fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, the living creature after his kind.
Dogs, large dogs, small dogs, but they're still dogs. Roses, various colors, but they're still roses. Evolution is imagination rich and evidence poor. Evolution is a faith. The facts have failed. How did the fork evolve? Well, millions of years ago, started out as a knife, and as it wore down, it became shorter and shorter and less useful as a knife, but much more useful as a club, and was used as a club. And early man, it was actually early monkey before man, he used it as a club to beat rabbits on the head so he could eat rabbits, and then he discovered it was nice to use as a shovel, and he used it as a shovel until he found that there are some parts of the shovel that were stiff and some were not, and wore it away, and that's how a fork evolved. Fairy tale? Nobody believes it? I'll go on. Textbooks are full of illustrations like this, showing the similarities between embryos of fish and people. And I can tell you there is a similarity between fish and people. Does it prove one evolved from the other? No. Is it proof of anything? No. Is it evidence, circumstantial evidence, that one evolved from the other? No. Is it circumstantial evidence that they were both designed by an intelligent designer who created a system that worked and decided to use similarity? Now, what is the similarity between a fish and a human? Well, if you look at the very first cell, when a fish is one cell and a human is one cell, you will discover something. The fish is 100% fish from the very first cell. The human is human 100% from the first cell. Evolution from a common ancestor or a common designer. Just because there is similarity does not prove one evolved into another. Survival of the fittest. If the two dogs are born in Alaska, the one with long hair is more likely to live longer than the one with short hair. And the one that has long hair will probably have more children than the one with short hair. The short-haired one probably froze to death the first year. Therefore, after several generations, the entire population is long hair. Is that an evidence of evolution? No, it is an evidence of survival of the fittest. You've seen these trees of life. These trees of life have similarities, but you'll notice there is no evidence, no proof how one thing becomes another. Tree of life. Textbooks are full of these, but it's religious speculation. One of the world's most famous evolutionists, Stephen Gould of Harvard University, confessed this. The evolutionary trees that adorn our textbooks have data only at the tips and nodes of their branches. The rest is inference, however reasonable, It is not the evidence of fossils. This textbook says humans and chimpanzees are 98% similar. I would agree. Thank you, Lord, for the 2% difference. Oh, and is that 2% difference major? Except for the air in clouds. I'm a pilot, and I can tell you that clouds are 100% water, and watermelon is 97% water. Jellyfish and snow cones are almost identical. They are 98% water. You order a snow cone, I'll give you a jellyfish, and you ought to be happy. No, I think these are lies in the textbook. Second law of thermodynamics that the Big Bang has a problem with, because remember the Big Bang says nothing, then nothing exploded, and it became everything, and it became really complex. And the more time that goes on, the more complex and the more wonderful everything will become. Second law of thermodynamics that everybody agrees with says that everything tends toward disorder. Ask any lady about her hair. The Japanese added a lot of energy to Pearl Harbor, didn't organize anything. The sun's energy, left alone, will destroy the roof on your house completely, the roof on your car, or the paint job on your car. Unbridled energy will do nothing except destroy things. It will not build them up. Excuse me. I've been talking too long as a creationist. I got to give my evolutionary friend time. My evolutionary friend says, this van here, given 14 million years, this van will become 3 times wider, 3 times longer, 3 times higher, hold an internal volume of 27 times more space, be able to hold 48 people comfortably lying down, and will have 96 more features, and will repair itself, and will have 3,000 kids. You don't believe me? That scientific journal said nothing became everything.
And thou, Lord, in the beginning hast laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the works of thine hands. They shall perish, but thou remainest, and they all shall wax old as doth a garment.
Here is Sue at age 20, and when Sue is 3,000, she's going to become more beautiful and more beautiful. And sure enough, here she is at 3,000. It is only chlorophyll that can convert the energy from the sun for the benefit and use of plants and animals. Design demands a designer. Wind and rain erosion did not cause these rocks to have this shape. Could it have happened over millions of years? Yeah, it could have, but it was very, 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 very unlikely. And if something is very, 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 very unlikely, it probably didn't happen. It is not the evidence of evolution. It is evidence of an intelligent design applied to those rocks. The creationist explains a lot of stuff this way. 6,000 years ago, in 6 24-hour days, God created everything as he said he did.